Hello viewers, welcome back to Sex in the Temple. Today, we're going to be looking at contemporary sex. You see, sex is a fundamental aspect of human right. It doesn't matter your age or your gender. Traditionally, we view sex as an act between a man and a woman. In 2016, a research was conducted in Nigeria and it equates sex alongside eating and sleeping. Today, we're going to take a deep look at contemporary sex. There are contemporary perspectives that are influenced by physiological, biological, and sociological. Stay tuned as we delve deep into contemporary sex. With me here today, I have Kwesi Boateng. Kwesi, thanks for making time out of your busy schedule to join us on set to discuss this all-important, sensitive topic.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And I have with me is a beautiful lady from the country of Uganda, a PhD candidate at the University of Ghana, Legon, in Population Studies. Her name is Miss Claire Kiumhendu. Claire, you're welcome.
Thank you.
And my name is Sise. So, Miss Claire.
Yes, please.
I've been hearing this thing and I want you to help us to discuss this topic. The question was like, people are asking, sex is equated to a drug. Mm-hmm. Is that so?
Oh, yes. There is enough scientific research which has all been conducted on people.
Okay.
And then it really proves that sex is addictive. Of course, I think in all this is tried to show that addiction, just like people who take cocaine.
Okay.
When you involve in sex multiple times, it has a way it influences your brain.
Okay.
Now, our brain is made in a way that it communicates to each other through some hormones which are released.
Okay.
For example, like cocaine, when people involve in sex, in our brain, we have what we call as a rewarding system. So this rewarding system is responsible to reward you for the good things that happen to you. So in this rewarding system, when we involve in sex, it produces a hormone called dopamine. So this dopamine, what it does, it sends to the other parts of the brain, and I mean like from the midbrain and then the frontal lobes, and then it communicates to you, to the body, that something good is happening to you. Something good is happening to you. So you feel that pleasurable experience. That's why I say that when people involve in sex, they're high, like what happens when people take drugs like cocaine. The first time you take it, you are so high. There's that experience. It's pleasurable, but it doesn't last for a very long time. So what happens is, after that pleasurable experience, when it goes down, you are left in a craving state. Like you want to experience more of it. So your body is craving, I want to get back to that pleasurable moments I had. So you crave for it, you go for it, of course. Your body demands it, you go for it. Which are the end results to addiction. And in fact, it's not only, unlike drugs, which can produce maybe one hormone, hormone at a time, for sex, it produces multiple hormones at the same time. So aside the dopamine, there's also what is called oxytocin. So the oxytocin hormone, what it does is, this is an attachment hormone. So, when people involve in sex, there's skin-to-skin contact. And also, people have cuddling, there's eye-to-eye contact. So the more the skin is attached to each other, you bond. This is the same hormone which is produced in mothers, breastfeeding mothers, that bonds them to their babies because they are breastfeeding, they are tied to the skin. So, meaning, you two people involved in sexual activity, you are bonding to each other. So you find that this person, you are addicted to this specific person. You think about them, you want to be with them, you remember the memorable, the experiences that happened, how high you felt, you want to go for it. And also aside that, aside it produces multiple hormones, it also produces what we call serotonin. Serotonin is more of the, it is with moods, emotions. That's why sometimes you see somebody is smiling, then say, why is this person smiling to themselves? Then just know something good
has happened behind the scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like they are remembering
some pleasure.
Some pleasure experiences they had. And then, yes, with the person, of course, through sex. And then when you remember, and they work together. So once you remember, the communication
it
that
triggers.
it triggers, yes, it triggers the dopamine, the rewarding system that I must go back for it. So you'll find that that's how it happened, the addiction comes in. Why an addiction? And by the way, sex is more dangerous than drug.
Okay.
It's more dangerous than drug because for sex, aside producing these multiple hormones,
yeah,
you always think about this person. Or you always think about the sexual activity. So it has, also there's an obsessive character in it. You want to involve in that activity. Most often you don't care. Okay. If the person is not around, I must have it. That's why some people will find self-pleasure, masturbation, and all this. Maybe watching sexual, pictures. Yes, movies, yeah, the thing is because you had that feeling, the rewarding is telling, hey, it's high time, you get it, and maybe the person is not there. So aside the obsessive character, there's also craving part of it. When you crave for something, you can't settle until you get it. So you chase for it.
Okay, so the research is saying that our bodies have got pleasure pathways.
Yes, please.
And when we introduce something, they are triggered to produce a certain hormone that rewards us. And now we come to this place now where sex, all at the same time, these hormones are produced where there is bonding, where there is a pleasure, where we feel satisfied, we feel complete. We want to have that feeling over and over again.
Yes,
wow.
Please.
Kwesi, as a man, is this something that you have experienced before?
Yes.
Okay. Take us to your journey.
Thank you. First off, I don't see where this is coming from.
Okay.
The idea likening sex to drugs.
Okay. Tell us.
If there are hormones in you, okay, if there is this desire within you, you want to satisfy it, you satisfy it.
Okay.
Where is the drug coming from?
All right.
Okay.
He's asking, where is the drug coming from? Why is it equated to drug?
Okay. So as I told you, I said earlier that, you know, there's obsessiveness in it. Obsessive is you can never settle unless you get something. And there's also an element of tolerance. When I mean tolerance is, you know, people who take drugs. I'm saying cocaine, or maybe, okay, let me use our simple drugs. For example, in our daily life.
Painkillers?
I'm having headache, yes. I take paracetamol. I'm okay with it. I take one. When you take one continuously, your body tolerates it. You get used to one. It will no longer help you. You say, okay, I think I need to take two. You take two, your body gets used, and then paracetamol no longer works for you. Say, no, I have to go to the higher one. There's diclofenac. Your body gets used to diclofenac. You say, no, I'll go for
another high.
There's this drug which the country banned because the youth
Okay, yeah, I know the drug, yes.
Tramadol.
Yeah.
So now I think tramadol is best for me. So in sex, there's also tolerance. You reach a time that maybe the number of even hours that we are satisfying you, they are not enough. They don't satisfy you. So you want more. And if you get a partner who can't satisfy you, you go for another one. Okay, who can satisfy you.
So I get you that it becomes an obsessive behavior.
Yes.
And that's what she's saying, that it becomes an obsessive behavior. You can't control it. The urges come, you have to do it. So that's what I was asking you. As a man, have you experienced such?
Well, I have not experienced what she, but in her submission, all I gathered is that there is good feeling you want.
Okay.
Because she did mention that.
Yeah, it's a good pleasure.
Yes, there is this pleasure. Okay. There is something good you want.
Okay.
And but then my question is, how much is too good for you? Because if it is good, you want more of it.
And then
if it is good, you want more of it.
Okay.
And so what is wrong in wanting more of something good? That is my...
Yes, okay. So we are looking at what science is saying, and we also want to share experiences, practical experiences. Your take is, if it's good, go for it.
Go for it.
It doesn't matter how, where, when, with who?
So I'm not vested in the science, the dopamine. And
just share with us your practical,
I just want to know how much dopamine do we have in a human body? So you can know, okay, I'm giving out too much dopamine, or I'm getting too much dopamine, it's too much for my body, and so it's enough. I need to concentrate, I need to check how much I'm giving out, or how much is coming, and how much my body needs, and all of that. We are not in the know of this information.
Okay, yes.
Okay, and so if Madam can elaborate on this thing for us, because to me, in my sexual life, experience-wise, I have never practiced and feel like I've had enough, or this thing is weighing down on me, or it's I don't know, it's...
Okay, so for you, it's not a burden, it's just a normal practice.
Right, because it happens, you feel good, you want more of it.
Okay, so you chase after the feel good. Is that what you're chasing after, the feel good?
Yes, so sex will be a problem when how you get it is wrong. Okay, that is my, how you get it, how you go about it. What leads to sex, but not the act and whatever comes out of it, no. But how you go about it, how it happens, what led to what.
So can you explain to us what you mean, how you go about it?
Okay. So that is when addiction and rape and pedophilia and all these things come in. Okay. If as a person you identify your desires, how you want your sex life to be, if you tailor it and know, okay, this is what I want to do it and do it well, do it properly. Getting people to even ascribe to your sex life is not an easy thing. And so you wouldn't be galloping, because to get even people to align to how you want to have sex. You understand? You get what I'm coming from?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so I get what you're saying. But from what I'm hearing, Miss Claire is saying that there should be temperance. It's a gift, but there's temperance. So, Miss Claire, do we come to a place then where people who are promiscuous have a challenge in forming lasting relationship because they can do whatever they want to do?
Oh yes, it happens. I think my brother here will try to say, in fact, before I go to the explanation, what science says. That's why you see that most people who involve in
Promiscuous.
promiscuous relationships, they find it as a normal way. And such people, even settling becomes hard for them.
Okay.
Because what I want, I have it. Such people, even they may feel like, okay, why even commit into my journey? What I want is, and sometimes it is hard on their side, because reach a time that it's your life, like you are thinking about it, as I've said. You can't settle until you get it. Once the urge comes, you will not settle until you get it. I think he'll tell us from a male perspective.
Okay.
Maybe before, let him first tell us, and then before I got, if there
Well, I don't think promiscuous people can't.
Do they have a challenge in forming lasting relationships?
No, I don't think so. Okay, so
From your view,
from my perspective, I think one may get in and out of relationships, not because they are promiscuous. Mind you, sex is just one ingredient in a relationship. Okay. So the fact that people had sex and they couldn't become an item does not necessarily mean because one is jumping from it could be from other things.
From
you
your
understand?
From your experience.
From my experiences, I feel like I shouldn't say I feel like I know that aside sex, after you've had sex, then you can think critically. Then because sex is out of the way. Now you know what you want.
So
now you are looking at.
Do you have to have sex before you think critically, or do you think critically before you have sex?
No, that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is this: because of sex, people can be all sort of persons. People can be a whole lot of things just to get sex. Okay, so let's get sex out of the way. And then now the real you, the real me will come out. If I'm giving you money, it wouldn't be because I want sex from you. If I'm being caring, it wouldn't be because I want sex from you. If I'm going to church with you, it wouldn't be because I want sex from you. Because we've done that. And if I'm taking boxes, of course, I want to take the sexual box. As I'm taking the spiritual box, as I'm taking the tolerance box, as I'm taking the sense of humor box, the friendship and everything. Yes, I want to take the sexual box. I want to know we are compatible there too. And so sex may happen. We may have sex. And the real me comes out. The real you comes out. And I'm like, okay, I can't deal with this the whole 40 or 50 years of my life.
Just having sex after that.
And so we move on.
Okay.
And so,
all right. Miss Claire.
Yes, please.
So is there any scientific research that backs up that promiscuous people struggle to form a lasting relationship? Is there?
Yes, please. Yes, we are saying scientific because it has tested and proven.
Okay.
And how we react on it, it may vary.
Okay.
And you may not react immediately, but after some time, because that's where, depending on how long, because our weakness levels vary, or of our strength vary. Okay. So, in fact, ideally, so I will speak on it at two sides, okay? Ideally, okay, from a Christian perspective, I'm a Christian. From a Christian perspective, for example, we say there's no sex before marriage, okay?
We say or we believe.
We believe.
And it's
Sorry.
a principle.
It's a biblical principle, by the way. Okay. So we believe and we preach.
Okay.
That's why the saying comes in.
Okay.
So there's no sex before marriage.
Okay.
So, but we are human beings because God too also creates. That's why I said man and woman. You know, they can marry. You know, it's not good for a man to stay alone. So you reach a time that you want to settle. But for us as Christians, or maybe Christians, one principle they take is what in the present time we call as dating. You know, dating is when, so my brother here spoke about the ticking box compatibility and all those. That's when dating comes in. In dating, you are learning a person. Are we compatible? You are not only looking, no sex involved at this stage, but you are learning each other. Okay? I'm saying from the Christian.
Okay,
yes.
So from the Christian perspective, dating is data collection.
Yes, you are collecting data. It's like a discovery stage.
Okay, okay.
In that, if you find you are not compatible, you can part ways. Remember,
there is no intimacy.
There's no intimacy.
So it's easy to part ways.
It's easy to part ways. Remember the first chemicals we spoke about, that hormones that are produced. If you involve in sex from day one, you'll start bonding, attaching, and yet you are not going to stay. You are breaking one's heart.
Okay, so you mentioned oxytocin. You said it's responsible for bonding.
Bonding, yes,
bonding the mother and the father.
Yes.
So in sex, it also plays a role in bonding.
Yes.
The partners.
Yes, because there's skin-to-skin contact.
Okay, okay. So if now you are dating and sex is involved, already you are not only collecting data now, there is a bonding that is taking place deeper than physical.
Yes, please.
Okay.
However, this doesn't mean that no oxytocin will be produced, because we said oxytocin comes, you know, from orgasm, from sex. I mean, yes, skin-to-skin contact, cuddling, eyes contact. You know, the more you see and there's that mutual, you'll be forced, you know, there's a little of mutual, you know, attachment, but it's not strong. Attachment will happen, but it's not strong because there's no skin-to-skin contact that you can part ways and go. That is it. Unfortunately, in the contemporary world, people, we have associated relationship with sex. From day one, yes, you want me for sex. That's why I find many people, they're saying I'm in an open relationship. I was reading yesterday something somewhere, and somebody was complaining he's married, officially married to someone, but they are practicing open relationships. I say, hi, I love you, we go, even if we are together, you choose another one, I choose another one. But now he's losing it out. He's coming to seek for help because he has realized the husband has now bonded more with one. They thought it's a one-night stand. They are bonding forever, and she is losing out. So she has come for help. So what I'm saying, the contemporary world, people have associated relationships. They want sex, and then it produces sex hormones.
We create
lust,
bonding.
yes. It's based on lust. And you know such thing, they never last. You get what I want, you go. You get what I want, I get what I want, then we go. So it produces, you know, there's lust involved, there's attraction, of course, attraction. What's the physical appearance? Is this okay for me? I want to have it. You got it. Maybe what you found is not really what you expected. So you are disappointed. You are left void. You leave and go, jump to another one. In all this, remember, all these hormones now are being produced, which we spoke about earlier.
Create a bond.
So you are creating a bond, you are breaking it. You are creating a bond, you are breaking it. So when it comes time to say that, I want to settle, it will be hard. And in fact, there is a research which was conducted in 2018, which was trying to check body count, the relationship between body count, or body count, which can also mean multiple sexual partners, with marital happiness. It shows that both men and women, they reported having marital dissatisfaction.
Because of the multiple sexual relationship before they came into the proper relationship.
So you are comparing with the X's, A, Y, Z, F, and they are not nowhere to what
Amma did the last time.
And then you feel, So that's what happens.
Yes, so I saw you smiling, I know, because there's an issue that we talked about, biblical principles, no sex, you're just dating, getting to know each other, you smile on that one, and we talk about bonding and creating a bond. Yes.
I want to talk about the bond. I want to know at what time does this bond occur? Right after the first sex? Or it should occur after time, like many times. Then number two, no two people just gets up and sex happens. There is a build-up. That's why I talked about your sex life and getting somebody to align with and all that. There is a build-up. Even if, what is the chances that if two people are left in this room, they will have sex for the whole 24 hours?
Okay.
Sex happens, I mean, at most 3 hours.
All right. I get what you're saying, but why do people have one-night stands, total strangers?
So okay, I'll come to that.
Yeah, I want you to answer that. You said sex just don't happen. There's a build-up.
Okay, so
now these people, they haven't met each other.
Yes.
They just met each other an hour ago, and now they're here having a one-night stand and everything.
Yes.
So
no two people. Let me repeat again. No two people just meet and at a go they have sex.
Okay. So within an hour, a bond can happen.
So now you are speaking my language. I want to know how the bonds happen. Is it after the first sex? Is it through communication? Just verbally talking? Okay. So that is my point. One other thing I want to... I just lost my train of thought.
Okay, let me call in on this whilst you pick up your trend of thought. From what she's saying that once two people are attracted to each other, the time they spend together having conversations, the time they spend together looking at each other's eyes and holding hands and cuddling, there is oxytocin that is released that is responsible for creating a bond. The bond might not be as strong because there's no sexual intimacy. In sexual intimacy, there's a higher level of oxytocin produced that creates a stronger bond than when you're just talking. So from what I'm getting from Miss Claire, she said, it's easier to break off a relationship that there is no sexual intimacy because even though the bond is there, but it's not stronger.
Okay, people have been married for 15 years, they've been having sex, these marriages break. So if these things we are saying is something to go by, then after 20 years of marriage, the bond should be so strong that it can never break because you guys would be having sex for a very long time.
It breaks, but it is not easy to break a bond.
Okay.
Yes, Miss Claire.
So there's a research which was conducted, where they put various people in the scan to see their brain and how addictive and all those stuff. So I'm just summarizing, So from this research, like those people who are in a relationship for some period of years, and those who had broken their relationship, they found that there was one common thing. Oxytocin, like the one which creates the bond, it was there. And in fact, in this research, they show that it's the oxytocin produced after a breakup is more and dangerous than the one which is produced during the relationship. So it can be both ways. Why is it? Because why is it a negative for those who have broken? Because in them they are like, I gave my all. What happened? What went wrong? Why didn't it work? You have that craving. You can't get it because the person is not there. And you affected them more. So it doesn't matter. As long as there was that sexual involvement, body-to-body contact, if you are in, it produces the feelings of good and wanting to go for it. And if you are in a broken relationship, it creates miserable life for you because you have the feeling and you can't get it because the person is not there.
Can you relate to that?
Well, she's kind of answered a question I've not even asked. But in my personal experience, I have been with somebody for a very long time. We were sexually active. We broke up very easily. Very easily. I moved on, she moved on. Simple as that. As if there was no bond whatsoever. Fast forward, I found myself in another relationship. This time I decided not to be sexually active with this lady, just so I can take things to another level, maybe settle down with her. And you know the story. It didn't happen. It fell on rocks. We were not sexually active, but it took a lot of time for me to get over this. And so I still feel like it has nothing to do with sex, but the build up to sex. That's why I keep saying this, that no two people just get up and have sex. It's about the relationship. What led to sex? What led to where you are? Okay, so it's not just the sex. You could bond and without sex and feel like you have this level of satisfaction with this person.
Because you intend the relationship to go to a next level. So your intention about the relationship was, I'm not going to be sexually active.
Yes, I want to take it to another level.
I want you to take it to the next level.
And so on that, based on that experience, I personally don't feel like promiscuous people are reasons why relationships break up. No.
No, okay. So we are trying to say, do they find it difficult to have lasting relationship because they have a lot of body count? Hello viewers, I believe that you are looking forward to the next episode to continue this interesting conversation. Yes, this is Sex in the Temple. We have open conversations about sexuality. Is it possible that your body count is hindering you from funding a lasting bond with your loved one? Stay tuned. Thank you for watching and look forward to the next episode where we continue this interesting conversation. Monique is the name. Thank you.